The reason it feels so good to scratch your ass is because of all the nerve endings on Uranus. Before we get started, I'd just like to ask how your day's been. Because mine's been absolute shit. It's been the shittiest day I've ever had. And that's a pretty big accomplishment on the shit scale, considering I've had some pretty shitty days before. Oh, but amazingly, because it's honestly the 8th fucking wonder of the world at this point, my day somehow managed to get worse. How the fuck that happens, I don't know. I woke up to the worst fucking smell imaginable. I was one of those guys who collected fucking Star Wars Heinz pasta from like 33 years ago and kept it in my pantry because, being the Star Wars collector I was, I had to fucking have it. I had to have that fucking Star Wars Heinz fucking pasta that finally went bad and fucking smell nuked my house with how terrible it smelled. I had to open the containers, clean the fucking pasta, and whatever microscopic fucking civilization was probably fucking growing in there off, and flush that shit down the fucking garbage disposal. It was fucking nasty. I swear my fucking carbon monoxide detector was about to go off as I stared at Jar Jar Binks' fucking face on the container, mockingly fucking leering at me as I washed his shitty pasta down the sink.
Me, Jar Jar Binks, me tell shitty Senate joke.
I watch every fucking stinky pasta noodle go shitting down the fucking sink like fucking dead slugs. Because my fucking sprayer, or whatever the fuck you call it, wasn't working. When the fucking pasta apocalypse was over, I stepped backwards, tripped, fell down a fucking flight of stairs, because my sink is really close to the fucking basement, thanks to whatever fucking stoner named Jank fucking Funko, who built my fucking house. And my fucking dog came running down the fucking stairs and started licking my fucking face. It was really fucking annoying, so I told him to fuck off. We just went in the living room and took a fucking shit on the carpet, probably because my fucking Bluetooth or some shit was heard by him. Then my fucking stupid neighbor started throwing fucking packages at my fucking door. I almost broke the fucking windows with all the shit in the fucking packages I didn't fucking order. I don't know who the fucking Amazon or eBay or fucking Ice Cold Doritos or whatever the fuck handle this shit. But it was getting really fucking annoying. Especially when a fucking package actually did come flying through the fucking window. So I opened the stupid fucking thing, and inside was a DVD. It looked like one of those fucking Despicable Me movies, but the title was... Oh, Despicable Me, The Shocking Fate of Gru. Oh, that was fucking weird, but who was I to judge? I pretty much lived in shocking bullshit anyway. So I told the package guy to fuck off before I call a fucking SWAT team or something and put the disc in my Blu-ray player. We open on Gru in his house talking to his twin brother Drew from Despicable Me 3. You know what's fucking stupid? Gru's first name isn't fucking Gru. It's Felonious. Felonious Gru. That is Gru's actual name, like Thelonious Monk. Drew's first name, on the other hand, actually is Drew, which, seeing as he and Gru are brothers, means his name is Drew Gru. Drew Gru. What the fuck? Drew Gru. Drew motherfucking Gru. Seriously? Anyway, Gru and Drew were talking when Drew suddenly said, I am so glad we defeated Galactus, brother. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Galactus? The fucking Marvel Comics character? The fuck was Gru on about? I felt like this was probably connected to some other movie, but as far as I knew, there are only 3 Despicable Me movies. I must have been wrong. Maybe this was actually the sequel to some other movie called, oh, I don't know, Despicable Me, The Despicable Destiny of Gru, or something like that. Wink, wink, poke, poke, prod, prod.
Yes, Drew, Galactus was defeated thanks to the power of these.
Gru shrieked as he pulled the fucking Infinity Gauntlet out of nowhere and slipped it on his hand. Drew began to laugh like a fucking maniac.
Oh yes, the Infinity Gauntlet. But brother, how did you get that in the first place?
Drew asked.
Me and Dave found a spell book when we were fighting Bill Cipher,
Gru said.
There was a summoning spell, so I summoned the Infinity Gauntlet. I can summon whatever I want. See?
Gru said as he cast the summoning spell. And John F. Kennedy's limp, decaying corpse suddenly came falling from the ceiling, and I don't mean Joe Biden. I guess Gru had magic powers now, thanks to whatever spellbook he was talking about. But JFK? Why the fuck did Gru summon that of all things? Also, what the fuck? Drew and Gru fought Bill Cipher? The corn chip motherfucker from Gravity Mo fucking Falls?
Brother, this is too much power,
Drew said.
You can do magic, and you have the Infinity Gauntlet. With great power must come great responsibility.
Gru shook his head.
No, Drew, with great power must come great crust.
Gru snapped his fingers, and suddenly a fucking onslaught of pizza crust came bursting out of the Earth's core to a hip-hop remix of Frank Sinatra's single Jingle Bells, as entire fucking towns were consumed by soggy wet crust.
What the fuck, brother?
Drew shrieked in horror, but Gru just laughed like a fucking psychopath.
Do you see, Drew? We can do whatever the fuck we want.
At this point, I was convinced this film had to be a parody made by an unspecified group of Asians. Gru's wife, Lucy, burst into the room and yelled,
Honey, I'm home.
followed quickly by,
What the fuck is going on?
Gru pointed outside and said,
Crust.
Lucy immediately whipped out a MacBook covered in soy sauce stains and started trying to get Gru canceled on Twitter.com for wiping out the local orphanage with his crust tsunami. Gru immediately started getting death threats from blue-haired fat women and yelled,
Why the hell did you do that, Lucy?
Lucy's fucking arms and legs fell off as her head began to hover in the air before morphing into Bill Cipher.
What the fuck? Bill?
Drew screamed.
Stay calm, Drew. We will defeat him,
said Gru. Do you like my tits? Bill said as he jiggled the fake tits from his Lucy disguise everywhere. Gru tried to use the Infinity Gauntlet, but Bill threw a fucking monkey wrench at him.
Did you really think I wouldn't come back?
Bill shrieked.
I told you I would return and kill you.
Bill started waving his hands all over the place and opened a portal that engulfed the entire house, teleporting everyone to some disgusting demon world that looked like literal hell. Drew suddenly pulled a fucking Uzi out of his left nostril and started firing at Bill as Gru once again attempted to use the Infinity Gauntlet. Bill tried to stop Gru, but Drew leapt on top of him and yelled,
Teamwork, motherfucker!
As Gru snapped his fingers and erased Bill from existence.
Finally, brother, Bill is gone?
Screamed Drew.
Yes, but now we are stuck in hell,
said Gru as some shitty song about being stuck in hell began to play.
I'm stuck in hell.
Stuck in hell. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck in hell, baby, stuck in hell. I'm stuck in hell, baby, stuck in hell. That was part of the song, that last part, the hiccup, the belch. Gru tried to summon a portal out of hell, but it didn't work like a bat out of hell.
Use the Infinity Gauntlet, brother,
said Drew.
I'm trying to,
said Gru.
What's the matter?
Said a gruff, mysterious voice with a hiccup.
Is your piece of shit power glove not working?
Gru and Drew whirled around, only to come face to face with Mysterio from Spider-Man, because you know what? Why the fuck not?
Who the fuck are you?
Ooh, asked Drew.
I am Mysterio,
said Mysterio, who is indeed Mysterio.
You two destroyed my masterpiece, and now you will pay.
What are you talking about?
asked Gru.
What masterpiece?
The Molten Man,
Mysterio screamed.
I created the Molten Man, and then you destroyed him. Do you know how fucking long that shit took? Think of the time it takes to make some shitty Minecraft mod, then multiply that by like a fucking billion billions. That's how fucking long it took.
Mysterio started shooting magic blasts and shit, but since his whole gimmick is illusion, none of it actually fucking did anything. And Gru threw a fucking hook straight into Mysterio's chest. Except that was also an illusion, and Mysterio was actually standing behind Gru with a fucking Glock. Mysterio then did the unthinkable. He shot Gru point blank in the fucking head.
Gru!
Drew hollered as he tried to attack Mysterio, but Drew was also shot in the fucking head. Except that was also an illusion, and Gru and Drew were actually hacking Mysterio's drones to trick him.
Hey, what the fuck?
Mysterio said.
Those are my drones, assholes! Stop fucking with my shit!
Gru then smacked Mysterio in his fucking fishbowl face with the Infinity Gauntlet, and he vanished in a puff of smoke. Well, now that the illusions were gone, Gru realized the Infinity Gauntlet was actually on his other hand, and he opened a portal out of hell.
Thanks for the free ride out of hell, assholes!
Mysterio said, as he suddenly came out of nowhere riding a fucking Harley Davidson straight into the portal and vanishing.
Damn it! He escaped hell!
Gru yelled.
But no matter, we can also escape hell!
Gru and Drew jumped through the portal and got out of hell, but as they were falling, Drew said,
Brother, did you remember to close the portal?
Oh, shit, he was speaking in German. Or something. Gru, unfortunately, did not remember to close the fucking portal. Now you see, Gru and Drew had many enemies in hell because Gru and Drew have killed a lot of people. Suddenly, Clifford, the big red fucking ass dog, came tumbling through the portal.
I'm gonna get you, motherfuckers!
Clifford screamed so loud that I heard something fucking break inside my speakers. The audio sounded like someone shrieking into a peaking microphone like a fucking banshee. Also, why was Clifford the big red dog in hell? Maybe because he was red, he was a demon.
Oh shit!
Gru screamed as Clifford smashed through the side of a fucking building, causing a massive avalanche.
Listen up, biatch! It's time to die!
Yelled Clifford before Gru used the Infinity Gauntlet to destroy his fat dog ass.
Did you practice the cello today?
Drew shrieked, and he shot a fucking cello out of his cello gun, killing 11 demons in one shot.
Oh, with this Infinity Gauntlet, they will never defeat us, Drew.
Gru yelled, but suddenly a fucking massive tank came crashing out of the air, and the door opened, revealing none other than... Oh my gosh, really? The Mike Myers live-action version of the Cat in the Hat? Before we go any further, I mean, Mike Myers is in the actor that played the Cat in the Hat in that one live-action film, not the mute fucking serial killer from that stupid fucking horror movie. Upon seeing the Cat in the Hat, Gru immediately became fucking furious, and who could blame him? That movie sucked. "Thanks for opening that portal out of hell, jackass," said the Cat in the Hat. "You may have killed me once, but this time I shall have my revenge." Gru tried to use the Infinity Gauntlet on the Cat in the Hat, but suddenly a loud, fat, 700-pound single mother came bursting past Gru, screaming, "Jimmy, I'm not buying you that fucking bionicle. Come back here." "The fuck?" said Gru. Before he could really react, the Cat in the Hat took advantage of the distraction and ripped the Infinity Stones out of Gru's gauntlet. "Cat! Give me back the Infinity Stones!" Gru shrieked, but the Cat in the Hat simply started lining his fucking hat with the stones and attempted to snap Gru and Drew out of existence. Suddenly, Mysterio reappeared and started trying to take the stones from the Cat in the Hat, giving Gru and Drew time to escape. "Brother, what are we going to do? He has the stones now," yelled Drew. "It's alright, Drew. I have a plan," said Gru. Gru then explained that he couldn't use his summoning spell to just make another set of stones appear, since there was only one set in the known universe. However, if Gru and Drew were to open a portal to the multiverse, they might be able to find a new set of stones somewhere else. So, Gru opened a massive portal to another universe, and he and Drew jumped through it. "Whoa, brother, where are we?" said Drew, as Gru and Drew suddenly ended up in a peaceful-looking neighborhood. The animation style looked different, like I was watching a Pixar movie instead of an Illumination one. "We are in an alternate universe now, Drew. We must find a new set of Infinity Stones." Well, it's better than kidney stones. I noticed something else that was weird. This neighborhood looked exactly like the one from Pixar's Toy Story movies. Gru started trying to use his summoning spell, but suddenly a mysterious voice behind him said, "The fuck are you doing, partner?" Oh, Gru turned around to come face to face with none other than Woody from Toy Story himself. Although something was wrong with this version of Woody. He didn't seem quite like the regular one. Instead, he kept talking about something called the EU over and over again. I wonder why. "Howdy, the name's Sheriff Woody. I gotta say, it looks like you're the EU today, partner. Also, I'm afraid it's time to shoot for the fucking EU." Woody pulled out a fucking Panzerfaust 3 rocket launcher and attempted to shoot Gru with it, but Drew pulled a massive shield out of nowhere and deflected the missile straight into a nearby house. "That was a big fucking mistake, partner," Woody said as the other Toy Story characters started coming out of the house. "Hey man, what the fuck?" said Mr. Potato Head, douchebag Wokus. Worse than locusts. Swarm of them. Yeah, something was definitely up with these versions of the Toy Story characters. It was like they'd come from some equally disturbed movie series of their own. Perhaps even the kind of parody you'd find on a shitty streaming site somewhere. Gru once again tried to summon a new set of Infinity Stones, but he only managed to make one, the Power Stone, appear. "Drew! I have a new Power Stone! Catch!" Gru screamed as he threw the stone over to Drew, who caught it and used it to fight off the other toys. "Oh shit! Oh yeah!" Mr. Potato Head shrieked like the Kool-Aid Man as he pulled out a massive machine gun and attempted to kill Drew, but Drew smacked him with a Power Stone so fucking hard that he turned a bowl of mashed potatoes covered in beefaroni. Woody then stuck a fucking spoon in what was once Mr. Potato Head and said, "Damn, that's some good fucking mashed ew," before Drew sent Woody flying into the fucking stratosphere. Suddenly Buzz Lightyear appeared and began firing missiles out of a secret slot in his ass before Gru screamed, "Let's get the fuck out of here!" and opened another portal. Slinky Dog started fucking extending his spring dildo body through the portal as he yelled, "Stretch that ass, motherfucker!" like some kind of fucking freak from a prison shower, before Gru threw a grenade at him and he burst into a mess of springs and burnt brown and yellow plastic. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Gru and Drew then dropped into another universe in the middle of some disgusting fucking dark city. It looked extremely overrun with crime and shit. Oh, fuck was this place, Gotham City?
Wow! This city looks like fucking trash,
Gru remarked as he attempted to summon some more Infinity Stones. Suddenly, a shitty beamer pulled up in front of Gru as the driver rolled down the window. The driver was... wow, the fucking Joker. Yes, the live-action Joker from the 2019 film.
Infinity Stones? Really? This is a DC universe, dumbass!
Joker said as he began to approach Gru. Drew started trying to ask Joker for directions in the Marvel Universe, but Joker said,
"You think I'm going to help you get to that fucking roided out SJW Festival Universe? Fuck you, man!"
Once again, this Joker wasn't acting like the normal one. He just stood there as he started honking his fucking nose. It started randomly getting darker outside as he did this. Almost like a dark honk, if you will. A very dark honk indeed, that's right. Joker was using his nose to turn the fucking sun off.
How the fuck are you doing that?
Gru screamed, but Drew wasn't in the mood to ask questions, so he pulled a fucking knife on Joker and told him to, quote,
"Cut that shit off or I'll cut it off for you,"
in an unusual tone of voice.
"Cut that shit off or I'll cut it off."
Suddenly, Ernie and Bert, yes, that's right, Ernie and fucking Bert from Sesame Street, started getting out of the car and yelling, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" Ernie and Bert were apparently friends with the Joker in this universe, and so they negotiated with Gru and Drew. If Drew didn't kill the Joker, Ernie and Bert would give Drew and Gru the directions to the Marvel Universe. Well, Drew agreed, and so he and Gru opened another portal and went to find the Marvel Universe, making sure to follow Ernie and Bert's directions. However, Ernie and Bert are notorious fucking liars, and did you know that they sleep together? They actually gave Gru and Drew directions of the Sesame Street universe instead. You know, I'd just like to say that there was no point going to the Marvel Universe anyway, because that's where the original stones are from. You know, the ones the Cat in the Hat already fucking had? Then again, it's probably an equally good question as to how other universes even had their own Infinity Stones. But you know what, whatever.
What the fuck?
Said Gru and Drew at the same time, as they realized they were on Sunny Days Sesame Street, bitch. Suddenly a weird fucking television set appeared behind Gru and Drew and started playing some kind of video. Gru showed up on the TV set, but there were little miniature fucking explosions in his eyes. He was hopping on one foot playing a fucking rock guitar before he stepped on a landmine, and I shit you not, fucking exploded. His fucking face erupted like a fucking wet burrito, and his legs and his shit were just fucking sailing off the screen. Explosion of shitty animated blood. That was weird. But then he just fucking reappeared again, started doing some weird fucking voodoo hand motions at the screen as everything started going dark, and those little stupid fucking minions showed up and started screaming, "Beedle, Beedle!" Probably the creepiest fucking death metal voices I'd ever heard in my entire life.
Beedle, 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 Beedle.
Oh, yo, what the fuck was this? Who the fuck at DreamWorks or Disney or whoever made this stupid fucking movie authorize this shit? Was this even made by fucking human beings? I mean, what the fuck? The fuck? Then a fucking 90-foot alligator showed up with stupid fucking makeup on, which was really fucking unnecessary. But again, you know, Sesame Street and, well, they're very, they like that rainbow flag and the blue and pink and white one. Are you offended yet? The group started fucking rapping in an extremely deep voice as the title card showed up before the alligator fucking burst into fucking smithereens. You know, with the Dr. Seuss books they canceled, they really should have canceled the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat instead. Why didn't they just name this shit Despicable Me Fuck You? So that's what it felt like. It felt like a big fuck you directed personally at me from the stupid fuck that threw the fucking package through my window. Gru then appeared again on screen throwing a fucking flamingo into a Target store and bowling over the cash register. This was all happening way too fucking fast. I don't know if this was some fucking FBI torture device designed to induce a fucking heart attack. There's some serious sensory overload going on here.
What easy shit!
Shrieked Gru.
I never did any of this stuff.
I assume the video is some weird psychological trick designed to fuck with Gru. Apparently Drew too. Because then Drew showed up on the TV set too and exploded into fucking French fries. Well, Drew cupped his hands to his mouth and screamed like a fucking Picasso painting. Suddenly the Count appeared on the TV set. Said the Count. I'm so glad you're here. Come join us in our game of mathematics. The Count appeared to be talking both to Gru and Drew into a group of kids that were on the TV set. Hope he's following COPPA rules. The Count began to ask the kids simple math questions, but when he got to Gru and Drew, he said, "For your question," and then promptly began to write the most insane fucking differential equations and shit I'd ever seen on the board.
Solve this!
The Count screamed. Gru immediately began using his immense intellect to solve the problem, but the Count suddenly picked up a fucking clock that appeared to be counting down and said, "Solve my shit or die!" Well, what the fuck? Whoa, what the fuck? That's kind of fucked up. What kind of fucked up version of Sesame Street was this? Count made fucking death threats now? Gru managed to solve the problem right as the Count began to rev up a fucking chainsaw, and the Count furiously smashed the clock he'd been holding over the fucking floor and told the kids to, quote, "Get out! Get the fuck out!" Gru then tried his Infinity Stone summoning spell and finally managed to get 3 brand new stones.
Fuck this, Drew! Let's get out of here!
Gru said as he opened a portal once again and left. We see the Count staring at the portal as it closed, and Gru and Drew left the Sesame Street universe. The Count said, menacingly. The next universe Gru and Drew ended up in was some weird-ass variant of the Muppet Show universe where Kermit the Frog had become the taxi driver from the movie, well, Taxi Driver. This was just fucking bizarre. Upon seeing Taxi Kermit, if you will, Gru decided to just fucking leave immediately. Suddenly, Big Bird's horrifying blue cousin Garibaldo burst out of a nearby bar and started trying to fucking attack Gru and Drew. So Kermit got out of his taxi, shot Garibaldo dead, and then got the fuck back in his taxi. "Have a nice day," said Taxi Kermit as Gru and Drew teleported away.
"Man, that was a weird fucking universe,"
said Drew as he began to eat a bag of cosmic Cheetos.
"We just need 2 more stones, Drew. Then we will crush the Cat in the Hat once and for all,"
said Gru. Gru and Drew then ended up in the fucking Star Wars universe aboard a massive Imperial Star Destroyer. Immediately fucking stormtroopers and shit started charging towards Gru and Drew and screaming, "Freeze!" Did
somebody say please?
said a voice behind him. as Mr. fucking Freeze from Batman appeared to some loud opera music that sounded like a fucking crunk version of Mozart's Requiem, before Darth Vader showed up and impaled Mr. Freeze through the chest, killing him instantly.
The fuck is this shit?
Said Vader loudly.
Get this fucking bat shit off my fucking Star Destroyer!
He said, and so the stormtroopers threw Mr. Freeze's limp fucking corpse out the window, just like JFK. What was with all the cursing in this movie? Why Darth Vader out of all characters?
As you can see,
Vader began.
these are my loyal minions. Where the fuck are your minions, motherfuckers?
He screamed at Gru and Drew. So Gru then performed another summoning spell and summoned all his weird-ass yellow minions.
Oh man, what the fuck?
Yelled Vader.
You actually have minions and shit?
Gru then managed to summon another Infinity Stone, which meant he only needed one more to recomplete his gauntlet.
Minions! Attack!
Yelled Gru, and the minions began killing stormtroopers and shit.
Where can I find more Infinity Stones?
Screamed Drew, to which Vader replied,
Infinity Stones? What the fuck? That's the Marvel Universe, dumbass.
Suddenly, are you fucking kidding me? Suddenly, a massive version of Mickey fucking Mouse ripped the roof off of the Star Destroyer and said, Technically, it's the Disney universe. Disney owns everything, bitch! Mickey screamed as he began to wipe his ass with a fucking Bill of Rights. Then Emperor fucking Palpatine launched out of fucking nowhere and screamed, The sister breathe! As he proceeded to try to attack Mickey. Gru and Drew immediately got the fuck out of there, and who could blame them, and jumped through a portal that went straight to the Mario Brothers universe.
Oh great, where the fuck are we now?
Yelled Drew, because there were Goombas and Koopas and shit everywhere. Suddenly Mario appeared, but he looked drunk as fuck. Every copy of Mario 3D All-Stars is personalized, he said. What?
What are you talking about?
Said Drew, but Gru grabbed Mario and smacked his fucking head into the nearest block, which caused an Infinity Stone to come flying out.
Yes! Finally! The 6 Infinity Stones!
Gru screamed as he placed the last stone into his gauntlet.
Now we will kill the cat in the hat! Yes, brother!
Shrieked Drew.
Let us destroy that cat asshole, once and for all! What the fuck, brother?
Asked Gru, and Drew had to explain that destroy that cat asshole meant killing the cat in the hat. Not, you know, the other form of destroying his asshole. Have we been canceled yet for these? No? Okay. Let's continue on. So Gru and Drew went through their fucking portal again. Seriously, at least the solid eighth of this movie was just watching Gru and Drew jump through fucking portals. I want to go find the Cat in the Hat. Finding the Cat in the Hat turned out to be pretty damn easy, considering it was literally using the Infinity Gauntlet to turn the entire planet into a fucking shrine to the Lorax. God! Gru screamed.
What the fuck are you doing?
The Cat in the Hat stared at Gru with a cold, icy stare. I am resurrecting the Master, said the Cat in the Hat as the fucking Lorax appeared, standing 900 feet tall.
Not this shit again,
yelled Gru as he used his Infinity Gauntlet to destroy the Lorax. Wait, what the fuck? Said the Cat in the Hat. How did you get the Infinity Stones? I have the Infinity Stones! So Gru destroyed the Cat in the Hat's gauntlet, finally closed the portal to hell, and killed the Cat in the Hat once and for all, using the Infinity Gauntlet to make everything go back to normal again. Then he died. I shit you not, Gru fucking died. Well, damn, I wasn't expecting that. I guess that was why they called the movie The Shocking Fate of Gru. Basically, the fucking stones were too powerful for Gru to keep using without damaging his body, and killing the Cat in the Hat and the Lorax drained the last of Gru's fucking power and caused him to fucking croak.
Gru! No!
Drew screamed. Drew then grabbed the gauntlet himself, reopened the portal to hell, and pulled Gru's fucking ghost back into his body.
What the fuck, Drew?
Yelled Gru.
I just closed that portal. But brother,
Yelled Drew.
you were dead. I had it under control.
Yelled Gru. How the fuck did Gru have it under control? He literally fucking killed himself by accident. Honestly, having Drew bring Gru back to life was kind of cheesy storytelling. Gru's death scene was just a cheap fucking gag now. Would have been more interesting if he just fucking stayed dead, but I guess this was still a kid's movie after all. I mean, a kid's movie with about 400 uses of the F word, but you know, times are changing. Seriously though, what the fuck was this movie? Suddenly, Mysterio appeared behind Gru.
Have your fun, jackass!
Mysterio said as he pulled out a gun and pressed it to the back of Gru's head. Gru suddenly waved his hands and 2 more portals appeared. Out of the portals came... Okay, seriously, what the fuck? Out of the portals came Lego Batman and Shrek. Yes, that's right, the fucking Lego version of Batman, and none other than fucking Shrek the Ogre. They started beating the shit out of Mysterio and then vanished. The police then arrived and arrested Mysterio, who started playing Fuck the Police by NWA over the fucking police department radio, which really pissed off the fucking cops. Maybe if they played Who Let the Dogs Out, we'd see, well, I don't know, Muttley from Wacky Races. Gru and Drew then went home, followed by all the fucking minions. Dramatic-ass credits began to play and roll as role-play Rickroll, Never Gonna Give You Up, as what sounded like a 12-year-old kid screaming a terrible cover of Elton John's Rocket Man began to play. Rocket Man. Ooh, oh, the movie just shut off. This literally fucking fried itself, and who could blame it? Smoke and shit started coming out of my Blu-ray player as I pulled the fucking burnt disc out. Never was able to repair that disc or extract the contents in any way. The Shocking Fate of Gru now exists only in my memories, and maybe in yours too, because you don't exactly forget traumatic experiences very easily. Actually, maybe in some other universe? Maybe in some other universe. Maybe you created this movie. Who really knows?
Hey, this is Michael Stipe from REM, and you're in the Lizards Anonymous server. Stand in the place where you live, now face north, think about direction, wonder why George is sucking your balls.